We're in a studio.
Oh my gosh, we're back. I love this life for us.
I know. We're in East Austin. We're not going to say the specific location, but I like the East Austin location. I feel like it's right in between both of us. Kind of.
Yes. Yeah.
But really, I did some research looking for the best studios, and it's Push to Record. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'll make sure I say it right. We can put text above my head. But awesome studio in East Austin. I was super impressed after looking at all the different studios. So that's where we're going to be filming. And we have some really exciting things coming. We talked about some ideas for podcasts that we want to talk about, even maybe having some guests on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is going to help enhance that, whether you're listening to it in the car or on your phone or wherever. The audio is going to be crisp.
Yeah, I know a lot of y'all love when we would film out in public and at random places, but the audio would just get so crazy sometimes with garbage trucks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah, this just feels like more streamlined. So.
I know. And it would be my dream, like for us to film one in like Nickel City. Do you know how fun that would be?
I mean, you did do it once.
But I had to go there before they were open.
Yeah.
And then even that day, I remember like the team was coming in to start setting up.
Oh,
and you could hear like the ice in the background. You could hear, remember we shot at Murray's the one time in East Austin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Malongo Room.
Yep.
There was like a loud AC unit and we were just like, oh, this is so bad for the audio. And I personally listen to podcasts in my car. So I think this will be perfect for that.
Agreed.
But yeah, we're excited to be back in the swing of things.
And a big part of that, how we're able to do this, how we're able to edit the pod better and have a studio is we now have a sponsor
that we've already tried before and liked it. So it made perfect sense.
Perfect sense. And I wanted to say that too. Like with us, we work with brands that we genuinely like. And the fact that we worked with them before made me reach out. And I'll say this too. I never reach out to brands. I don't know about you. How often do you like reach out for deals? Yeah. I don't like to do that. And I think the reason is I like it when a brand wants to work with me. Right.
For sure.
But in this situation, I don't want any old brand to reach out. Like imagine if we were sponsored by Coca-Cola. Like that would just be weird. You know what I mean? And I mean,
I'm pretty sick.
But I just feel like we're the Austin pod. So to have an Austin brand sponsoring it is really cool. So this was one of the times that after I worked with them at an event, it was at Goodnight
Cowboy.
Goodnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
Goodnight Cowboy, it's a liquor store in East Austin. They did an event promoting this. This is a THC beverage as an alternative to alcohol. There's no alcohol in it. And it was a great event. I really enjoyed the drinks that they have. It's called High Pour. And the team was super nice. They're just getting started. So I was like, Rachel, what if we tried and reached out to them? And they were all in. They already liked the podcast. And I felt like it fit. So
yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to have one right now.
So what we have here is the blueberry lemon. And what I like about this one for me, this is 2.5 milligrams THC. Mm-hmm. I don't drink a lot of THC or the other ways that you can intake it. But they also have the 10 milligrams. So for people who are more used to it and want to have higher doses, they have 10 milligrams as well. They have, this one looks like there's a margarita, pineapple margarita. They had ranch water. They had a grapefruit and many other ones. And then in addition, they also have this right here. This is the High Pour in a bottle where you can make cocktails out of it. And there's different bars in Austin that actually has this. They also have the cans, but I think it was Cosmic Saltillo, Murray's Tavern, and Chalmers, I know for sure, all have High Pour. So if you're looking to try it, those are some places to try it.
I think this blueberry lemon, they told me was their most popular flavor, but I tried an orange vanilla while I was there, and it was also really good. So
orange vanilla sounds good.
yeah, it tasted like a orange creamsicle.
Yeah. Yeah, I could drink these whenever. And 2.5, especially on the pod. For example, I want to drink on the pod so bad. And just to like jump into this podcast today, I've been doing a good job. It's officially 3 weeks now of, I started at the beginning of the year trying to go Monday through Friday, no drinking. But, you know, events are going to pop up. But this is 3 weeks now that I stuck to Monday through Friday, no drinking. I only drank on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
And I do feel a difference. My like mind is more clear. You know, I've dropped a couple pounds recently.
Okay.
So I'm feeling really good. And I want to just keep it going. But I will be out tomorrow.
So you don't go out on Fridays anymore?
Well, so that's the plan. I'm trying to do like most of the time I won't. But even when I was walking up here, I got a text from someone. I found out, you know, Hacienda that was underneath Tiger Lily.
Yeah.
He texted me I have so much bar news to tell you too, by the way, and some I can't say on the pod today, but I can say
Okay.
this one because this will come out like Tuesday. But Hacienda's moving to where Tipsy Alchemist was on Rainey Street.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow. Are they gonna keep that
I think
that
so.
that thing
That
that,
like
goes above the bar?
yeah.
What's it
Oh,
called?
it was almost like at Banks where they would shoot
Yes.
the tube out. Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know.
You went to Tipsy when it was
Yeah.
around, right? Yeah.
When I first moved here, I remember Tipsy being like so cool.
I didn't know it was like a Dallas bar.
Oh, really?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I actually liked them too because they had this one lavender cocktail that was so good with an egg white foam, and that's how I like my cocktails. And I would go to Tipsy just for that cocktail. And even when they took it off the menu, I was like, "Can you make that one drink?"
Yeah, they legit made great cocktails. My only complaint was the prices were pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because it would be like half step across the street was like $12, $14 cocktails, and they would be like 22.
Yeah. And I did see reviews for them that were like, they overcharged. You better watch your card or something. But that's another place that just randomly closed down and didn't announce they were closing at all.
I felt like towards the end, they weren't doing that well. I don't know how
Yeah.
sure that is, but
Yeah, I would never see people there
I'm sure Rainey had a big
toward the end.
part in that.
Mhm.
But in the beginning, it was a hot spot. Like it wasn't a rooftop bar, but it was like, with a ledge. You could oversee Rainey Street a little bit. They would have DJs. They did a really good brunch at one point where you could buy like unlimited mimosas or something like that. So that was really cool. But yeah, they're going to be opening. And he just texted me. And point being, I'm like, I got to go. So it's like I might drink tonight because
Oh, it opens today?
he texted me and was like, we're doing a little friends and family. So he's like, do you want to be like one of the first people to check it out? And it's hard for me to say no to that. So
Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
I know.
Yeah, that's another bar to add to the list that's coming to Rainy Street.
Yeah, and I found out another one, but I don't know if I can say it on the podcast.
Okay, maybe next episode, y'all. So yeah, you haven't been drinking as much. Love that for you.
Yeah, that's basically all I can say. Oh, I signed up to Lifetime Fitness,
Wow.
which I think money-wise I'm stupid, but health-wise it was $300 to sign up
Hmm.
and then $340 a month.
Wow.
And then he said it's the most expensive besides 2 Lifetimes in California.
You've been there for what, a week now?
I think I
You love it?
officially signed up earlier this week. Yeah, because I was on a 2-week wait list. They said they want to keep like the exclusivity of it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, but and then so I finally signed up. And what's cool though is I get to go to like all the locations, and Austin has like 4 or 5 different Lifetimes.
Yes.
So I went to the one in South Austin, I think on Wednesday, and that one was interesting because I went at like 3, and I didn't realize all the kids got out of school. And if you know the South Austin, that's like where all the families are. It's closer to there. So like I went to go play basketball, and like all the kids just got there from high school, and then they were playing. And
How do they have a membership there?
well, you know what it is? I thought about that. It's because they have like family plans.
Oh, okay.
So their parents signed up with the money, and then they added them on. But yeah, the South Lamar, like it's a much younger crowd. There's like no families really there. Besides, they have like a daycare. But regardless, I'm probably overpaying. But I just like how it feels upscale. They have a sauna. If it's gonna really keep me going, then it's gonna be worth it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Love that for you.
thank you so much.
Something recent I did, I just got back from a cruise, a bachelorette
Oh yeah,
cruise.
I want to hear all about this.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
I've only been on Holy Ship.
You went on a Holy Ship?
I went on Holy Ship.
So did I.
No way.
What year?
I think 17 or 18, one of them.
Oh, it was 2019.
So you must have been right after, because I think Gorgon City was on it.
I could have swore Gorgon was on mine.
If we were on the same one, that's crazy.
How have we spoken about this?
I actually think we did, but
We
I wasn't gonna say.
Wow, my memory is so bad.
We do that a lot to each other though.
We
Like I forget
do.
stuff.
We do. This is being in your mid-30s, y'all. But yeah, this was my first cruise where it wasn't a festival. It was just a family Royal Caribbean cruise. And I thought we were going on a cruise that was adults only. No.
Oh no.
So there were a lot of children, and they were coughing everywhere. And I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting sick after this. I didn't, thankfully. But I didn't realize how like bad my motion sickness was. So literally on day 1, I'm at the top of the cruise ship chilling with everyone, and you can just feel it.
Oh no.
Swaying back and forth. And on this massive ship, I'm like, how is this possible? And I got sick and had to go lie down for hours. And thankfully someone gave me medicine and I was fine day 2 and 3. But I'm like, I don't think family cruises are for me.
What was the negatives?
The children.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Like you were trying to relax and they were just like running around.
Yes. And they took up all the pools, all the space, and they're just rude and loud. And these families have their strollers with them, and made the elevators crowded, or you had to like couldn't get on an elevator. And I sound so complaining right now. But at one point we were in the adults only area, and there's this big hot tub, and we were all just chilling in it. I guess no one was enforcing that it was adults only, because 5 little boys come out of nowhere and they sit in the hot tub and they just sit there, and we're all like, is this really happening right now?
Oh no.
And then I'm pretty sure they just peed and then got out of the hot tub. And I was like, I'm sitting in little kid pee.
Oh my God. Where did the cruise go out of?
Miami.
Okay. So you flew into Miami and then...
Yeah, yes. And then we were supposed to do the Bahamas, but then I was going to swim with pigs and we didn't even get to do it because the waves were too rough. So we couldn't dock. And yeah, it was kind of a shit show, but it was overall, my bachelorette friend had fun, and that's all that matters. So,
wow.
But
because I was considering doing a cruise again recently, but you're making me not want to. But I mean,
if you do adults only,
I guess that's the
you'll have a good
factor.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I did not do the drink package, which is an extra $300 or $350 for 2.5 days, and cocktails are about like 14 each-ish. So I get why someone who loves to drink would get it. Sure. It makes sense for them. But I'm so grateful I did not, because every drink I tried of my friends, it was just pure sugar.
Oh.
And they were drinking all day and were never that drunk.
Yeah,
so
not even strong.
Yeah, they were. Even sometimes they'd be like, is there alcohol in this? And I'd be like, I don't think so. Or maybe they put a tiny bit. So I'm like, that drink package is like kind of a scam, because they're not filling enough alcohol. They're just giving you pure sugar. And I think I bought like 3 of my own drinks, where I was trying to just get a spicy margarita, which should be easy, but it was never good. And so I just like gave up. And I'm like, this doesn't taste good. It's pure sugar, and I'm not even getting a buzz off of it. Boy. So I'm like, I give up.
It's funny. I did a deal with Hyatt this year. I promoted one of the ones in downtown Austin, and we were negotiating. They didn't have a lot of money, but I was like, how about this? Instead of paying me like cash, what if you gave me a bunch of points? And they gave me like $2,200 in points. So it matches up. So me and Kelsey were talking like, where do we want to go? Let's just go somewhere crazy. And we were talking about maybe like Coachella, but then our year is so packed this year that we're feeling strongly we're going to do Coachella next year, because even our friends want to go with us. And they were going to come this year, and then we like planned one other the Greece thing. And we were like, it's hard because it's like less than 2 months apart.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that.
Wait, you're going to Greece with all your friends?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
When's that?
I don't know if I mentioned this on the pod or not, but we're doing yacht. Okay, cool.
Oh, Yacht Week.
Yacht Week.
Okay, I vaguely remember that.
Okay.
But I don't know if you said it on the pod.
So yeah, we're doing Yacht Week, which after doing some research, I already knew a little bit about it, but basically everybody rents a yacht together. And Yacht Week is like, you go to the website and you get to pick out your own yacht. And with this one, there's 8 of us. And we found one that is like a bed and bathroom for everybody, which is awesome. Air conditioning was added on. It's coming to like $8,000 to $10,000 for me and Kelsey total, without flights.
Oh,
without flights? So it's expensive.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
that is expensive.
But like looking at the trip, it's a once in a lifetime trip. You know what I mean? Like you're on a yacht, you're going from island to island in Greece.
That is like the prettiest islands ever.
Oh, and then I saw videos like one of the days they'll do a DJ set, and it could be a huge DJ, and the boats will like circle around them playing.
Oh, that'll be sick.
Yeah, so there's potential. It's going to be pretty crazy. And I think we're doing that the first week of June or something like that.
Okay.
So we have that. Then we have a wedding and all this stuff. So we were like, okay, Coachella, we're going to have to wait.
That's fair.
Which stinks because, it's a good year.
Who's playing?
Justin Bieber.
Oh.
But the DJs on the lineup are incredible.
Yes, they are. And Justin Bieber, After seeing him at the Grammys, I feel like he's like kind of mentally checked out. Like he doesn't like give a shit anymore.
Really? I don't know.
That's the vibe I get.
I saw mixed reviews though that people were like, "Oh, what a performance!"
But it was very like
I didn't
it
watch
was a good it was a good performance, but it was very stripped down. Like literally him in his underwear and a guitar, and he was just singing like standing like this. So I can't see him. Maybe I'll be wrong because it's Coachella, but I don't know.
The reason I really wanted to go with him there is because he's the type that goes to Coachella like every year, and he'll be like in the crowd.
Oh yeah, true.
So I thought like maybe he would give a lot of effort for it. So I hope that's the case. But if I'm not
You're
going,
like,
then
I'm
I
not
don't
even
care.
going.
Yeah, then I don't care anymore.
Coachella, I've been twice, and it really is like so fun, and they really like care about the activations they put there, which I've mentioned a lot on this podcast that I wish ACL would do more like artsy activations and things to do rather than and I don't mean like a Coca-Cola pop-up. Like I don't mean it has to be like brand focused. They do things that have nothing to do with brands. So yeah, it'll be fun when you go eventually.
Hopefully next year. Like I've been putting my bucket list things on my priority list to make happen in the next like 2 years. And Coachella is one of them. Another one is going to Ireland. So I'm like, if I could squeeze it in this year, I definitely will. If not, it's like, it's going on the calendar next year.
You have to go to the Guinness.
Oh, for sure.
Place.
Guinness and Jameson.
Yes.
The two like most iconic. And I like both of them.
Guinness? That's like the best Guinness I've ever had at that. What's it called? A
brewery?
Like the main distribution. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is the best Guinness I've ever had. And I never get Guinness in America.
You're a beer girly, right?
Yeah.
So I just did a top 5 breweries in Austin, but it was more about the experience, the location, not the beer itself. But like, where are your top 2 favorite beer places in Austin if you wanted to get a beer? That's not like a bar, like brewery type places.
Oh, a brewery?
Because I didn't realize there is like 10 of them.
We have so many. It's true. But you're right. Like if I want the beer quality, then I'm going to Zilker.
Okay.
Zilker Brewing and Pint House Brewing.
Okay.
Because they have like my favorite IPAs. But if I want like vibes, then what is that one? Meanwhile Brewing.
That was number 1.
Oh, was
for
it?
vibes, yeah.
Great vibes. I'm not like huge into their beer. Like it's fine.
I get cocktails when I go there actually.
Yeah, I think I do too. It's been a while. Does Central Machine Works count?
Yes, 100%. And they weren't on the list, and I felt bad because what I did is I put a poll in my story, and I took like everybody's answers, and then I allowed that to be like 50% of my deciding on the ranking, and then the other 50% was like my own. And I got none for Central Machine Works, so I like left it off the list. But personally, I would put it on my top 5.
I guess people probably forget they have their own beers, because even I was like, do they?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually had one of their own beers. I get cocktails there.
Yeah, I mean it's just a great place to go.
Yeah.
Great pizza, live music. The space is incredible.
Huge space. I love it. And then Jester King is a great one.
Yes.
Even though you have to drive out.
That was number 2 actually. So many people put it.
But even them, like I go for vibes. I'm not like, I love this beer.
Yes.
Because it's mostly sours, I think.
Okay. Surprisingly, I wasn't a beer person, but recently I've been enjoying them more, which is like crazy to say at 35.
I mean, apparently our taste buds evolve every like 5 to 7 years.
I could see that being the reason. And all the whiskey I drink has like hardened my palate, so I probably enjoy it more.
I can see that. Love that for you.
Yeah. So that was fun. But today's episode, which I wonder if we should have mentioned it in the beginning.
We probably should have.
But if you clicked on this, you probably saw the thumbnail or you saw the title about what we're going to be talking about. And I got this idea, and I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about what people don't know about Austin, Texas. So this is going to be for people who plan to move here, people who plan to vacation here, people who might live not here but close by. And even if you do live here, you're still going to be interested in it because you might want to know what we're going to talk about. But there's some things, and I'm going to try my best to not talk about typical stuff. For example, we could say, if you don't live here, you know that the traffic is bad. You don't know that traffic's bad. You know what I mean? Like that's some obvious stuff that people will probably say about a lot of cities. But I'm going to try to lean into a little bit more niche things.
Okay.
Even though there's some things like I still want to talk about the weather, and we can jump right into that one first. But for example, Austin, why it's great. I think it's one of the most outdoor cities in Texas. You got places like Dallas that's just flat. You don't really go hiking there. You know what I mean? And one thing that won me over with Austin is there's so many places to swim, there's so many parks, and there's so many places to hike. But throwing in the weather aspect that people don't know is just because it's a great outdoorsy space, there's so many times in the year that you can't enjoy it because of how hot it is. You know? So when it's 110, like Zilker Park, one of the best parks I think in the country, it's just great. It's special. Like people are listening to music, people are on dates, people are playing football, dogs are running around. It's a great park. But if you go there when it's 110, it's pretty empty.
Oh, 100%. I remember my friend had her going away picnic at Zilker Park, and it was in the summer, and everyone was like, are you serious?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're really going to make us go in this 100-degree heat and sit, even if you're under a tree in the shade, like, you're just like.
Yep. So if you're like thinking about moving here and you're like, oh, it's going to be great, I'm going to be outside all the time. July and August, you might not be.
Oh, even it depends how early it comes, but definitely like June to August. If you're not in the water, you're inside.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's so true.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
I was unsure about bringing this one up, but another one I wanted to talk about, it just came to mind actually as I was coming here because I have a list of things I want to talk about. But just an idea that I thought was funny. The Rainey Street killer thing, right? What I've learned is people who don't live here think it's like the craziest thing in the world and that like you shouldn't be going to Rainey Street.
Oh no.
They think it's worse
really?
than it actually is.
Oh wow.
And don't get me wrong, I truly feel for the families.
Yeah.
I think they need to look into it. I know people are split on like, is it just accidents? People get too drunk, they fall in and then they die. Or is it that there's genuinely somebody out there doing this?
Yeah.
But I think the truth of it is, in my opinion, is that it's just like any other city where when you're drinking, don't walk home alone, and especially on a dark trail. And you're not going to walk down like alleyways downtown when you're walking home alone. So there's like those safety guidelines are always going to be there. But from comments that I see online on like all my posts, people are just like, what do you do? Why are you drinking on Rainy? And I'm like, oh, it's not like that. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, but I think the outside perception, they see it in the news and they think that it's turned into like this murderous street.
Oh my gosh, I can't even picture that.
Yeah.
But that makes sense based on what you've heard. Has it been all men?
That's the crazy thing. They said it's like all men with brown hair and they're 35 years old. It's like my age.
It's crazy.
I know.
I would just, if you're a man, and maybe this is like from Grindr or like one of the gay dating apps. That's what I've heard is an aspect of it. These victims don't meet up with a stranger on Rainey Street and don't walk down like a dark alley with him.
Yeah. Or by yourself or like, yeah, literally.
Yeah. But really, like the main part of Rainey, none of that's happening. It's like down toward the water where there's nothing really down there.
Yeah.
So you have no reason to go down there.
Yeah,
so if someone has said, oh yeah, my condo is down here, don't do it. Don't go with him.
Have you seen that meme of that boy that's like, come with me?
Yeah.
Like, what? I just have a surprise.
Oh my God. I saw that. And I was just like, that is so funny, but true. Like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I thought that was like something I think people don't know, that if you actually lived here, you'd realize like it's not on anybody's mind. Obviously, it's terrible that it was like 30 plus people at this point throughout the last 10 years. But if you do the math on the statistics, that's a really small number. And there's thousands of people that go to Rainey Street every week.
Yeah. And I feel like we've been saying it for 2 years. We're like, Rainey's coming back.
Well, this is the first time that we've said it. Well, you've been seeing us, if you've been watching the pod, I was talking about it the last few weeks. But once again, I told you I got a text that Hacienda is going to be opening up. They're opening up, I think, multiple locations because it was Barfino was one of their other ones. Look, they're the same owners.
What's going to happen to Parlor Room?
So I think I heard this, that the people who also own Barfino, that team, I thought bought it, but they didn't tell me yet what it's going to be.
Oh.
So okay. I'm not sure.
Got you.
And then the team that owns Bungalow is the one that's opening the laundromat on the corner,
Laundry
which is
Palace.
going to, yeah. That looks really cool because it's going to be like 3 stories. It almost looks like a castle. And you can like go on the top and have drinks, which will be fun. And you'll see the city skyline. This is why they say Rainey is back, by the way. There's a clear reason for that. And it's that they said construction's done.
What?
Yeah, so all the houses that are still there right now, they don't have anything in the plans to knock them down and build something.
I thought IHOP was.
I mean, I'm just talking Rainey, but that's, I guess,
Oh.
technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on that Rainey Street, they're saying like if there's like bungalows there, Bangers is there,
Augustine's.
that there's nothing in the plans soon that they're going to knock that down.
Damn.
So that's good. And that was a big issue, I think, with Rainey. It's not just because people just hated it and stopped going there. It was like the construction was terrible and you couldn't park and you didn't want to be next to a crane while you're drinking.
I actually still don't know where people park
Yeah.
when they go there. Where do you park?
I don't. I either like
you
Uber
Uber.
or I scooter. It's almost walkable from where I live. It's a good 25-minute walk, but it's not too bad.
I guess there's that huge dirt lot
Yeah.
by the IHOP, but my friend told me she paid like $40 to park there,
It's
and I was like,
terrible.
"That's not worth it."
Wasn't there something in the news though about the IHOP being like the people were bidding to get it?
Yes, and none of the people who are bidding to get it, none of them seem like stand-up guys. Like, they all have like some kind of criminal record,
Oh, boy.
and I'm just like, what is going on?
Oh no.
So I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Because that's the only thing. I do like how it's not a tall building, so you can like kind of see the city from Rainey. But then if they put another tall building there, it's gonna like just block it. That's the downfall with all the construction of Rainey too, was that it used to be like on a Sunday, it would be a beautiful day with the sun hitting you. And now there's so many buildings that it's like a lot of times you're just in shaded area,
Yeah.
which is good for like the temperature. But like, I don't know, it feels like, I don't know, you're just down an alleyway. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an odd feeling, but
But if you did see, I mean, Bungalow did a crawfish boil, and again, 2 weeks in a row, just mobbed with people.
yeah, people will show up for free crawfish.
Yeah. And now it's actually, this made me laugh though. And I get why y'all are doing it. It makes sense. But I saw this last year too, and it makes me laugh. Somebody does it, it crushes because it's the beginning of the year. And then I see like 10 other bars be like, oh, we should do that. And then it becomes watered down. And then none of them are like super fun and busy because there's like 20 of them happening around the city. So then people like, some people go to that one, some people go to that one. And it kind of loses its mystique.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not that big a hater of it though, because I like to go to the ones that are less crowded.
Yeah. I get that because I was looking at Golden Goose is doing one tomorrow. And I think we're going to go to that. And I was like, cool, let's go to the low key one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I have another one of things you might not know about Austin unless you live here. And that's people will either shame you or side-eye you if you have a dog that's not a rescue.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's such a thing, right?
It's such a thing.
And even if they don't say it to your face, like if they find out you like got like a purebred, I don't know, corgi golden doodle from like a breeder, like
Yeah.
they don't like that. Like
Unless you're like talking with like the rich tech people or like in the different areas, maybe. But the average person, yeah, like anywhere I've gone, I've never seen that where like somebody was not happy with you. Like it's true. And we have multiple shelters here.
yeah,
So there's opportunity. It's not like there's one small shelter. Like there's Austin Pets Alive and then there's another one.
the Austin Animal Center.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very much a adopt, don't shop city. Like I even know a girl who she wanted a French bulldog so bad, but she knew she was gonna get flack for it because the French bulldogs are not in, adoption centers.
Yeah.
Because they're very like a high demand dog, and so she went to a breeder and got a French bulldog because it was her dream dog, but she knew she'd get flack, so she also adopted a mutt.
Good. I mean, I guess that's an example of good pressure.
Yeah, like she was like, I know it's bad, but I want one so bad, but I'm willing to adopt a little buddy for him, and it was a mutt. And she loves both of them to death. But it's just so funny that like she couldn't just get that French bulldog and be like, oh well.
Yeah. And I will say too, I mean, there's another benefit to it is like most mutts and shelter dogs turn out to be amazing.
Yes.
So it'd be different if it's like, I'm getting pressured to buy this shelter dog and it's going to tear up my house or be mean. And it's like, most of the time it's usually out of the friends I have out there or the people I know that bought dogs, like the behavior with them is usually worse than the adopted dogs.
Yeah, it's a toss up. I also know this guy who he does have a golden doodle, but every time he tells someone the breed, he immediately has to be like, they're a rescue. Like, I didn't buy from a breeder. This friend of my mom's didn't want the dog anymore, so I agreed to adopt the dog because she was
Wow.
going to take him to a shelter. Like, he has to say that story every time. Like, he said it to
Yeah.
me, and I'm like, he just knows that he's like expecting that judgment. And so, yeah, if you're in Austin, like, and you have a dog, then you know that like pressure is real.
That's so funny.
Some people don't care. Like, they'll tell you to your face.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for
I
sure.
bought this corgi, or I bought this golden weenie, or whatever. It's just
Which, I
interesting.
mean, that kind of leads me to one of the next ones, and that's like the difference between old Austin and new Austin is constantly a conflict with people. And I think new Austin, there's a lot of people with money that have moved here from like California, and those are the people that don't care about like getting a dog from a breeder. They don't care about adopting. And I think I don't know if people know this. Like, I think there's other cities that you can move to and they're a little more welcoming. I just saw somebody on like TikTok talking about that. Like, everybody that moves to San Diego, we're excited about it. And Austin, be prepared that like you might move here and people are going to be like, where are you from?
Oh,
Like, that's like a legit thing here. Like, if you're not familiar with that, this city does not play around when they're like, are you from California?
is it the city, or is it like the internet of Austin?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that like I rarely bump into people that care about that in person.
Yeah, same.
You know, I did have somebody one time be like, "Oh, you're the ATX drinker. Where are you from?" I was like, "What?"
I'm not from California.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I am very grateful I'm not from California, because, yeah, some people like just immediately are like,
Yeah.
like,
And I've met great people from California, and they're
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, we
same.
understand the stigma." They're like, they even get it.
yeah, I would hate that feeling.
Yeah. So that's a big thing. And then there's also that conflict of old Austin versus new Austin. And it's that what Austin used to be. It used to be like a music city where musicians could literally survive off of $100 show because rent was so low that would be enough to help them pay for it. It was in a very affordable city where UT students lived, and it was weird, and there was artists, and it blew up obviously because it's so popular. So I don't know what the right word is, but there's still like, you feel it in the air sometimes, with how people feel, where they miss it and they just wish it was like how it used to be. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying this is an episode about what people don't know. So if you don't live here, this is the thing that we deal with.
Yeah.
And for me, I get, like, sometimes my argument is like, yo, every city has grown from what it used to be. Like, I've talked to people in Brooklyn that were like, I miss the 80s.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not just Austin,
Yeah.
but I also get it,
Yeah.
so that could be their prime years when they were growing up and it was amazing.
Everyone thinks the year that they moved to Austin was like the best year ever.
Oh, I know that for a fact because when I post bars on like Rainey, I've had people be like 2010 to 2015 was the best. And people are like, no, 2008 was the best. And people are like, no, 2015 to 2020 was the best. And it was like,
I'm here to set the record straight. 2009 was the best. No, I'm just kidding.
is that when you moved here?
Yes. I actually do agree that 2010 to 2015, it was like,
I could see that. I could see that.
it was but that was also like peak millennial optimism.
Yeah.
Before certain political things happened. So that's when I also enjoyed living in Austin the most. But yeah, it's funny. Again, I don't know if we're just because we're like too chronically online, but when I meet older people who have lived in Austin since the 70s, 80s, what have you, they're not so jaded. They're actually very like, oh yeah, those were good times, but Austin's still a great city at heart, like still a lot of good people here. A lot of old Austin has stayed and they keep it for what it is, and we still got a lot of art and shows, and it's changed a lot, but the heart is still there. Like, they're very like optimistic about it.
I actually agree. Yeah, I bumped into people like that too.
Yeah.
Like OG Austinites.
Like, even when we did that interview with the owner of Equipment Room, he had been here since the 70s, and he didn't sound like pissed off about the new wave tech that's taken over Austin at all. He just is like adapting.
Yeah.
And like does remember the good times, but doesn't think that the good times are over.
Yep.
And that's a great way to live, a happier way to live, instead of constantly being like, just what we see constantly on Instagram.
It's exhausting. And
It's exhausting.
I want to comment back to some people that are like random haters and just say, like, I feel bad for you. Like, if this is how you live your life where you're just upset all the time, and not to get off track about like how people can be negative online, because I want to keep on track to what this subject's about. But I have had people like random haters. I say this all the time. 99% of people are nice to me, just like you, but we get random hate comments. Like, just, you're the worst for no reason, you know? And I noticed that it just doesn't line up with the truth. So for example, they'll just be like, why did you post this bar? I don't want people to know about it. That's my bar. And then the bar owner, I'll see him in person and he'll be like, thank you so much for posting about the bar. You know, so like they think the person commenting thinks that the bar owner is going to agree with them.
Yeah.
And that they hate influencers or whatever. And they find out like, no, it's the opposite. They're grateful that we're bringing in business. They're giving them a spotlight. There's so much competition out there nowadays that like any little needle you can move is important. And yeah, so it's that going back to that same thing. Like it's mostly people online.
And even like the places we do share about, that doesn't mean they're immediately going to be bombarded with customers forever.
Yeah.
Like it very like ebbs and flows. Like what we just talked about last episode, Pasta Bar.
Mm-hmm.
They had the biggest influencer ever promote them,
Yep.
Joe Rogan, and they still like they're closing down. So that's why everyone should just go out there and support the favorite.
I'm very
bars and
passionate about
restaurants.
that idea. And that's, even though an influencer might post about it, the people who will go there are the people who want to go there. Like there's this big movement nowadays. I don't know if you saw about dive bars. Like everybody loves dive bars nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, it would be the people who love dive bars are the dive bar people. That's like the idea on the internet. But I generally feel like if I post about a dive bar, they're like, you might ruin it because it's meant to be a place for locals, old heads, people that don't want to spend a lot of money, and they're worried that like, you know, the rich tech guys are going to come in. Like that's the idea behind it. But that's just not the case. Like if it's somebody who wants to go to Powder Room or one of these other nice bars, they're not going to be like, oh, he posted that bar and he said that the drinks are $2 and the bathroom's broken. I'm going to go there now. No, the same people who love dive bars are going to be the same people who want to go to dive bars.
Yeah,
We're
that
not
makes
now
sense.
convincing the wrong crowd to go there. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have another?
I do. I have like a nice little list here that we can bounce off of. Let me pull it up real quick.
I can say one real quick.
Oh, yeah, please.
Something that I don't think people immediately can tell by looking at Austin. We're not big on fashion. Like, I feel like people care about how they look in obviously New York and LA, Chicago, Dallas, Nashville, even maybe. And even in New York, like if you're in Brooklyn and you want that look of, I don't care, but really you did try, but you had to like try to look like you're not trying. I feel like fashion is just not on people's like mind when we go out.
Yeah, I'm actually a great example of that. And I actually love fashion. When I moved here originally, I remember being like, it's going to be a fun opportunity to just like revamp my wardrobe because I'm moving. So I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff and I'm going to start fresh. And I'm going to really get into it this time because I've always liked it, but I never like dove all the way in. And it didn't happen because I moved to Austin. And don't get me wrong, I still dress nice. I'm not like, I completely let go. But you catch me in the summertime, I'm wearing a t-shirt with jorts or something. You know what I mean? I didn't go all in on the fashion trend. So it happened to me because that's just how the city is.
Like when you go to a cocktail bar, you're not like putting on nice loafers
No.
and slacks, are you?
No.
Like that's just not.
It would have
a
to be like
thing.
truly like a steakhouse where you almost feel awkward if you're not doing it.
I guess I'd rarely go to steakhouses. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
because
But
I went to a steakhouse. It was also cold, and I think cold weather helps with that. Where like I was like really dressed up, and I had like my long jacket on and all this stuff, which was like very New York and Jersey back in the
Yes.
day.
True.
But yeah, it's just one, it's too hot, and then two, this is such a chill city.
In winter you would think people would dress up more, like you just said. I even bought one of those long coats and I never wear it. Like, even when it was cold, I was like, I could wear it, but then I'm like, I'll just put on a sweatshirt. Like, it's just, I don't know. I have friends that do care about fashion, and to hear them be like, no one can appreciate a great outfit here, and this is what I actually love about Austin though, because I'm not big on fashion. I'm very casual. I don't know. It's just one aspect that I don't have to worry about being judged about, you know? And if you do want to dress up, that's fine too. Like, but you're not going to get like, I don't know. I feel like people don't care.
I think, yeah, for sure. People don't care. They're just chill. Like I said, there would be cities you would go to where you would go to a bar that's high end. They're like, you can't wear that here. Like, they won't allow you to go in. Yeah. Like, I know New York City, I think it was Tom Ford who was like I said, I was in the fashion. I was like reading his articles and stuff. And he was saying that the only time you wear shorts, or was it sandals? Might have been sandals. It was like on the beach, or if you're playing like tennis or something, maybe it was the shorts. But then the sandals, I think there was another one where he said that it was like on the beach, or there was one other scenario. And it's like, yeah, but besides that, New York City, like even in the summertime, you wear pants.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like shorts just aren't a thing. It would look weird if you're into fashion and you're walking around New York City with shorts on.
I remember one year in my 20s, my friend was having her bachelorette on 6th Street, and I had just arrived on a flight, and I was in sweats and no makeup, but I told her I'll be there because I wanted to support her. I Ubered like from the airport to the bar, I remember, and just looking so like shit, and no one cared.
Yeah.
Like, no one was like, ew, like, you know, I was in sweats and just was like, I'm here to celebrate.
Yep.
And yeah.
And what I would say for most people, that's probably a positive about the city.
It is for me.
Yeah. So if you're one of those people that are considering moving here, I think you would like that one.
Like, literally, when I would visit New York, I felt very out of place and not cool, and like that everyone could notice that my outfit was very like, what's that word? Chuggy. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in my 2016 Adidas and a baseball cap and no makeup, and I don't look cool. It was just, and my friend who moved there said he felt pressure to buy like cool clothing when he moved there.
I could see that.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. Like, everyone here looks like a model.
Yep.
It's wild.
And that's why I think I don't go to a lot of places like, once again, Powder Room and these other, what's the Betty? I think it's a great bar.
I've never been to the Betty yet.
So it's...
I feel like it's grown a reputation.
Yeah, it has.
Of like, what?
Like bougie, upscale, like rich people that go there to drink and party.
Oh, really? Rich people on West?
I mean, yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a flight there that's like $75. It's 3 cocktails.
No way.
Yeah, and they're like these type cocktails.
Oh my God.
But I like Betty, so I'm not saying nothing negative. I think for what it is, like, we have that crowd here, and it fits that crowd.
Okay.
And I would go there. It's just like going back to the chill thing. A lot of times I'm just out hopping around bars. I might be at a dive bar, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Hop into Betty right now? Like, I feel like you have to kind of plan to have a night.
Okay.
Like you're having it, and people dress nice to go there. Like, girls are in dresses and stuff like that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I actually, whenever I'm on West, I don't want a vodka soda, or tequila soda. I actually want a nice cocktail. So maybe I'll stop into the Betty.
Have you been to the speakeasy at Greenlight Social?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Oh, really? But you know what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
It's very tiny. I only like it because I like to see people look in the mirror through the one-way mirror.
So I was thinking about doing a video on it because originally I didn't post it because if a place generally doesn't want to like share about it, I won't. And I thought it was one of those speakeasies that they didn't. And I found out recently that they would probably want me to do it. So I might talk about it because it'd be fun. Because it's more of a membership. Like, some of the speakeasies in Austin, you can just get into. Whereas that one's like, no, it's actually hard to get into.
It is.
Yeah.
I had to be with my friend who had a black card. And I'm like, how'd you get that?
That's crazy. And then they have the lockers where people can buy bottles and like save that bottle just for them when they come.
Yeah. And they don't want you to like take photos in there or
Yeah.
be on your phone, really.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just know that like I know Greenlight at one point, I'm sure it's still busy on the weekends, but at one point it was like one of the craziest bars for partying.
Greenlight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's died down a little bit. But
Yeah,
I think Friday and
well-
Saturdays it's like West 6, so it's
Okay.
mobbed.
I have not been there in so long.
Yeah.
So
Same. I was talking to my friends about it, and they were like, "Yeah, when they were in their like early 20s, they would go there all the time, and they loved it."
we would. I have some guy friends in New York, and they did their bachelor party in Austin, and they went to Greenlight, and I said I would meet up with them to say hi. It was so packed.
Yeah. See.
I think this was 2022.
Okay.
If I'm remembering. But they still had those like pouches that look like Capri Suns.
So cool.
Yeah. But even being in there, I was like, I want to go home.
So what we need to do, and this just reminds me, I'll put this on our list of like ideas. But the fact you just went on a bachelorette party, we need to do an episode for bachelor and bachelorettes because I get so many people that hit me up for that.
I do too.
So there's a want for it.
But I feel like I'm so out of touch with the party scene right now.
I do struggle answering them sometimes.
Like I would be like, girl, just go to 6th Street. You can go dirty or west if you want to dance.
It's true. It would do well. That episode would do well.
And then east side, just go to Latchkey.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be like shoulder to shoulder with people if you don't care about that.
I did learn like from our episodes that some of the episodes that do the best are the ones that people will go back to later. Like we did one that was like the top tips for South by Southwest. And even a year later, people are going to still pull that up on like YouTube. Same with the ACL. Like we have to do, you know what our top performing video is?
Our
Reaction
reveal.
to ACL. So I want to
We
do
have
that
to
again.
do that again.
We should do it here actually. I think he mentioned something about like you could do it live or something.
That's when we had to wake up early.
I know. We're going to do it again this year.
And I was like, no, I know we have to do it.
The hardest part is like I don't know all the names until like we have to really dive into it. And then I'm like, oh, who's this artist? Who's this artist? So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you have one or?
Yeah, I have one. Unless you have one.
You can go.
This is my city. Okay. No, I'm kidding. That's not my thing. Things you don't know about Austin. I run this city. Okay.
I'm the mayor.
Yeah, I think it's a lot younger than people expect.
I thought that was well known.
I would
maybe not.
Well, I think it's well known that it was a college town at one point, but I think like it's a little shocking that if you're like near downtown, even within that 5 to 10 mile range, it's like you're over 30. You sometimes can feel out of place depending on where you go.
It's a very mid-20s city.
It really is. And a lot of mid-20s people move here and leave.
Yeah.
You know?
And it is a young city, but I never see high schoolers and I rarely see children other than when it's Blues on the Green, then I see high schoolers. And I'm like, oh.
And that's what I mean. Like, I thought it was obvious too, but then you will see like there's one person in my apartment building that has kids. And no disrespect to them, but I'm like, what are you doing?
That's right.
Because I would want my kids to be around kids.
Yeah.
You know, and like we're right off of East 6th Street, so it's not like a good area for kids.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of people out there that if you're moving there, like I said, from that mindset, like if you're coming here and you don't know, that like the families do tend to be 10 to 20 minutes outside of the downtown area.
And in Mueller, right?
Mueller is pretty popular. That's like 10 minutes from downtown.
Yeah.
You know, obviously they're closer to the schools, and I think that's a big factor. There's not like a main school downtown. But yeah, I think a lot of people, you'd be shocked. And it like, there's certain areas that if you want to go out and drink, and let's say you moved here at 35, 45, 50, whatever it is, and you're like, I'm just going to go to like this random bar. You might walk into a bar and then everybody's 25 years old.
What are we going to do when we get in our 40s?
I think I've thought about this.
You're like, I'm moving.
I know, right? Because I think I would lean more into like the gentleman lifestyle. Being an older man, you know, right now I can play off of the let's like party, be crazy. I'm on West 6 right now, y'all. But like when I'm 45, if I'm still doing the ATX drinker, which I hope I can keep doing it, I think I would lean more into like today we're gonna try a cocktail lounge downtown, or I would come at it like at a different angle. Maybe more of like an Anthony Bourdain, maybe more storytelling.
Okay.
You know, like this, you know, La Perla on E6 has been around since this time, and you know,
Ah,
versus
I can
being the
see
guy
that.
on Saturday night at Latchkey.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It is it is so weird, especially someone who spent the entirety of her 20s here and now in my mid 30s just I don't know, adjusting and like even my friends, they're like newly 30 and still want to go to Latchkey, and that's when I'm calling my Uber to go home. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But
I know. I will say this. I think I learned this because I'm all about learning. I think you not being a big drinker impacts that.
that's fair.
Because part of the fun of going to Latchkey, and I know you don't have to drink to have fun, but I think part of the fun is like you have to be the type of person to be like, want to go up to the bar and take shots. You want to go dance. Now let's grab another drink. Like,
I wish I was good at taking shots.
yeah,
I've never been good at it.
Kelsey, that's her favorite thing.
I know. Even in college, I would try because, you know, once you're 21, oh my God, like drinking is cool.
Yeah.
I would try and I would throw up each time.
I think that's a huge factor because if you told me like go to Latchkey without drinking, I'd be like, what?
Yeah. Which I have. And I like the music.
Sure. But you
yeah.
get my point, right? Like
Yeah,
it
I'm
adds
not
to
there
it to
for
be like,
long, for
yeah.
sure. I would say people don't know this about Austin unless you live here, that it's obvious that the food scene isn't as big as New York City or Houston, but I still think we have like a good foodie scene, and that you just have to look a little harder for the niche cuisines. Like they're still there, but I know they're not as prominent as Houston or New York City, probably even LA. Yeah, LA. But like we did get the most Michelin stars out of every Texas city for a reason.
What's up? That makes me proud.
So yeah, I get defensive when people hate on Austin food, and I'm like, from someone who came from San Antonio and just ate at hole in the wall Mexican restaurants, my childhood, or when I go back to visit my parents, it's just chains everywhere. I'm like, no, like we have great food trucks and amazing pop-ups, and Michelin star restaurants. We've got casual restaurants. Like we have it all here. It's just not as in your face as New York City. So
What do you think Austin's better at than San Antonio food wise?
I mean, definitely food trucks.
Okay.
And
Not Mexican,
no.
but Tex-Mex? Or
No.
still San Antonio? Barbecue?
Yes.
Barbecue.
Yes, barbecue. Which it's so interesting. My family, every Easter, my Theos make barbecue. And I brought my boyfriend for the first time last year, and he was like, this is better than some of the barbecue restaurants I've had in Austin. And I'm like, yeah, they just make it for us. So that's interesting. But yeah, I do think Austin overall does barbecue better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I totally agree with that sentiment. And I have a buddy from New Jersey that comes in 2, 3, 4 times a year. And Jersey has some of the best Italian food in the world. And he's like in heaven when he's here. He's like, there's so much good food here. And you would think like, no, he's from Jersey, which I think is such a great food state. But I think they have their niche, which is like pizza, Italian, and things like that.
I will admit we are lacking a bit.
Oh yeah, that's where
Italian.
the Italian is bad. But
Yeah.
he's like in heaven, like the food trucks. He's like, these smash burgers here are so good. I can't find that in Jersey.
Oh,
You would
wow.
order it from like a pizza place, and it would come in and just be like a regular bun and a burger with lettuce slapped on top, and you're just like, it's just okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's so many good places, and like you said, the Michelin star spots. Like last time he was here, we went to Canje, which amazing.
I need to go back.
That jerk chicken is so good, but it's so spicy.
I love it.
You know, went to Red Ash, went to a bunch of places. So the food here is legit.
I also want to say the coffee scene here is really big. We have a coffee shop of all kinds.
Do you think that's like the food truck factor going into it?
Maybe
There's a lot of coffee trucks.
there are, but also like even in buildings and pop-ups. Like, there's just so many. I told you this, but last year I think we had 50 new ones open, maybe more. And I have met a couple people from Seattle who, I swear they said this. They were like, the coffee scene is low-key better here.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's insane. What? But I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah, you
because
heard
I
it here
love the coffee
first.
here.
Coffee
Yeah,
is best in Austin in the whole entire country.
exactly. So I don't think people who think Austin, Texas think coffee, but it's a big deal here.
Wow.
They take it seriously. So
Another thing I was going to bring up was that I know this from like my experience moving here, but you'll look at the map when you're thinking about moving here and you'll be like, oh, Round Rock to downtown is like 20 minutes. And then you move here. And I know people who have actually got an apartment, signed a lease, move here, and then regret it. Because they're like, oh, it's actually 50 minutes when there's traffic. Even when there's not traffic, like I've drove on a Friday at 2 because people leave work early here for whatever reason, because they probably work at like a tech place. And yeah, it's where you live is actually important. I will say once you're close to downtown, it's probably, you know, better than a lot of cities like the big ones, LA, New York, to move around, and Houston and Dallas. But for the most part, do not think you can live 30 minutes outside of downtown and it's going to be 30 minutes. Like that's a big thing.
yeah, absolutely. It always tricks me until I put it in Google Maps and then suddenly I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I literally live like less than a mile from this place, and it still took me like 15 minutes because of
Wow.
traffic. Yeah.
That's actually funny. I was going to go to I gotta get used to this chair actually. I feel like I'm like very far back. I'm like
You keep drinking. We're 4 minutes out of before 1, by the way.
okay, cool. We'll close up after this.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I wanted to go to Lifetime today, but where I'm at, I'm in East Austin, so I'd have to drive through like the downtown and then up South Lamar,
Oh
which
my
is like
gosh.
the worst. And as long as I go between like 11 and 2, I'm fine. 11 and 3. But once you break like that 3 and the rush hour starts, like South Lamar is one of the worst. That's another example of like,
I hate it.
you might move here and you might go like down South Lamar, and there's some great apartments, but some of them I would not want to be having to meet up with my friends and then I have to drive down South Lamar to get to downtown. Whew.
I used to live all the way down South Lamar, like close to Ben White, and getting to meet out with my friends either downtown or east side, I was like, ugh, this is gonna take forever.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Well, last thing I'll say before we close up that I had on my list was just that you'd be shocked at the type of people you'll meet here and what they do for careers. I feel like more than half the people you meet either work in tech, and tech could be a billion things, are either doing a startup or they have a job and they're doing a startup on the side. They're a content creator, which could be a good and bad thing for some people. I think I like it because there's a lot of people with aspirations and you feel like that dream you're chasing isn't weird because everybody's trying to chase a dream here. You know, back in my hometown, they were like, you don't have a 9 to 5? Like, what are you doing? Or like, why would you want to quit your 9 to 5? Like, stay in your 9 to 5. That was probably very Jersey, but like, work there till you're 65 and then retire. Like that's what you're supposed to do. Whereas here, people are like, I'm thinking about trying some other stuff. I have some ideas. So that inspires me. Some people hate it because they're like, everybody has a startup or I'm creating this app. And I can see how it could be a negative, but for me, I like it personally.
Yeah, it used to be more prominent in the early 2010s. I don't hear it as much these days, but when I do, I'm like, hell yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You never know.
Probably because it's the people who come up to me at bars, but a lot of times I'm at a bar and they're like, I got to tell you about something I'm creating.
You have the patience of a saint. I'd be like, I have a boyfriend.
Well,
like, what the hell?
I like this episode. We could have probably gone for like 2 hours, but
Yeah.
I think we hit most of the key points. Definitely in the comments, let us know some ideas. We're always looking for ideas. We could come here and just, my phone keeps falling, y'all.
We could probably do a part 2 of this episode.
We could do a part 2. I want to hear your ideas because, like I said, we could come here and just riff, and I think it would still be a fun episode. But I think when we have like a baseline idea to talk about, it kind of gives us just a little more centeredness to the episode. But we would love for you to throw something at us, like talk about this. I even thought about crazy ideas, like Have you ever heard about the yogurt shop murders?
Yeah.
So like I was like, what if we thought of like crazy historic things that have happened in Austin, and we made an episode where we dove into it? I'll like even research it and we could talk about it, and I can bounce it off of you.
You know it's on HBO, right?
Yeah, I never watched it, but I did a podcast where they talked about it.
Oh.
Which if you haven't heard about it, go to HBO like she was saying, or go to a podcast. But the yogurt shop murders, I think they just figured it out, right?
They did, yeah.
But for like 30, 40 years or something, they couldn't figure out who did it. They went in and killed like 4 of the workers that were there. It was insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being, looking for ideas. Also
Like,
get
shout out again.
yeah, get high pour. I believe they're at like Specs and Total Wine, but double check that. You can go to their website to see what liquor stores they're at if you want to get some. But they're also going to be at bars like Murray's, Chalmers, and Cosmic Saltillo. I think they're going to be doing an event soon, which I'm actually promoting. It's Chalmers. Oh, Mushroom Cowboy. That's the morning DJ group with the coffee morning. Yeah. They're doing an event. I forget. It's like Saturday or Sunday, then February 28th or something. Okay. So they're going to be doing an event. So if you want to try that, get some coffee or dance in the morning. That'll be really fun.
Hell yeah. Again, they have like multiple different flavors, very refreshing, and you don't like get that. There's no alcohol, so you're not going to get that hangover. There's only 1 gram of sugar in these things. I told y'all I like the orange vanilla flavor, but this blueberry lemon is hitting.
It's really good. I'm going to keep it and drink it.
Me too. But that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. I hope y'all love the new studio vibe. Let us know what you think. And yeah, we will catch you on the next one. I'm Rachel at Rachel Lately, 512 Bites. Anthony's at the ATX Drinker or the Whiskey Boys. And that's it. We'll see you on the next one.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.